What's up, guys? Rivera here, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. And if you notice behind me, everything's a mess right now. And if you just heard that growl, little Bijou is mad at me. Bijou is my dog, if you're not familiar. Bijou, get away from me. So, I just wanted to do a quick check-in. I know I haven't been on for the last couple of days, 2 days exactly, and the reason was one of the days I was getting ready to travel, and that turned out to be quite an ordeal as far as I drive a Honda, and if you're familiar with the way the Hondas are, or the hubcaps on the Hondas are, like they get screwed in with the lug nuts. And the idiots at the tire place I went to, which I'm not mentioning right now because I'm going to deal with their corporate and see if they're going to, like, do something. It's a long story. Anyway, they ended up taking care of it, but it just took longer than it should have taken, and so I wasn't able to shoot a clip that day. It was a really dumb thing they did. They put them on so that the valve stems were covered by the hubcap, which makes no sense at all. So when I'm getting ready to drive from Fresno, California to Phoenix, Arizona, which is like an 8 to 10 hour drive, I want to make sure everything's cool. And my sensor had gone off letting me know that my tires were low on pressure. And I hadn't noticed it because like a week before or 2 weeks before, I had to get my tires fixed, and I took them down there and they did them. And it's like, you guys are professionals. Let's do better than this. If I wanted to have that done, I could have had one of my uncles done it or done it myself for that matter. So anyway, boring stuff, but that's the reason I didn't do it the one day. And then yesterday, I didn't do a clip because I was traveling back. Well, I traveled overnight and then I slept at a rest area to get some rest. And then by the time I got back here to Phoenix, there was stuff for me to do. And I was just like, okay, this has been quite an ordeal. And I was like, I'm not going to shoot a clip because it would have come out too late anyway. And, I wanted to give you guys a quick little update on my weight situation. I was at 157.4 pounds when I first told you guys I was going to do this, which has now been 8 days ago. And I am now at 151.4 pounds, or last night I was at 151.4 pounds. So that means I've lost exactly 6 pounds. I'm not going to complain about that even a little bit. I am happy that I am making progress. One thing I would tell you guys as a person who's like, I do some pretty amazing things sometimes with weight and the way I make my body look. Not a humble brag, just a brag, period. I've got great self-discipline when I put my mind to it, and you could too. It's just a matter of going on the days even when you don't want to go. That's what I was telling you about the other day. When you put that into practice and you really do it consistently, you'll notice that you'll get the results you want. But what I was going to get at was, don't weigh yourself every day. At least wait 3 or 4 days between weighing yourself, even a week if you have that self-discipline. Usually I get tired of waiting, so I just hop on the scale at some point and I'm like, let's see where the numbers land. But I would tell you guys that if this is something that you're trying to do and you're serious about it, because you'll find if you do weigh yourself every day, you'll find that some days, even though you're sticking with everything, doing everything the way you're supposed to, you're staying on track, you haven't deviated. You will notice that you will weigh more tomorrow than you did yesterday, if that makes sense. Or you will weigh more the following day is what I'm saying. And you'll be like, but I'm doing everything right. And then that sometimes will send you into a spiral and you're like, well, if I'm going to gain weight anyway, I might as well just keep eating. That's your fat ass wanting to still eat. That's what that is. Don't try to blame the scale for that. That's that you want to have a breakdown. And who knows? Maybe you need a breakdown. Sometimes you have to break down to build yourself back up. And that's something I agree with too. But I find that the breakdowns are less likely to happen when you don't weigh yourself every day. Because then you get discouraged. If you wait several days, then you're like, okay, then you even out. And also make sure that you do it after you have your morning bathroom trip for the day. Don't do it, and definitely don't do it after you ate. Like, that's not smart at all. So first thing in the morning, after your first bathroom trip, that's the best time to weigh yourself, get the best idea where you're at. And like I said, don't do it every day. As far as celebrity news, I know that some people were upset about Kim Kardashian. She apparently hired her own crew of firefighters. They're private firefighters, or she flew them in, or I don't know what she did, and had them rescue her house. Or make it so her house didn't get burned down in the fire. I know some people were outraged by that, but I was like, what are people outraged about? Because if you read the story, if you pay attention to the details, not only did the firefighters that she hired personally end up saving her house, they ended up saving a couple of the neighbors' houses too. So if you have one private citizen that's like, you know what, I've got the money to make this happen, why would you not make that happen? Why would you let your place burn and be like, oh, there's nothing I can do about it, and put more strain on the regular firefighters that maybe could be putting their resources somewhere else, since you've already got yours covered? That frees up their workload a little bit, at least, just a little bit, because there's a bunch of damage that's being done out there. And it's like any little bit that any citizen can help. I would say, you know, instead of looking at Kim Kardashian and being like, what are you doing, selfish? What I would do is I'd be looking at some of the other celebrities that houses went up in flames and be like, well, I know you got at least as much money as Kim Kardashian, so why didn't you chip in and get your own? Or maybe talk to Kim Kardashian and be like, where can I get something? And I know some people think, like, you know, I'm even split, I'll be honest, when it comes to the amount of sympathy that people have for a lot of the people in the fires, because a lot of people do have a lot of money. So there is that part where it's like, yeah, they're not going to have trouble rebuilding for the most part. But there's also the human aspect of it, where you think, like, baby clothes and memories and photo albums and the stuff that you're not going to be able to get out. So I'm not going to put less value on rich people's stuff because they can replace it. It's like, just because they're rich doesn't mean that their memories are any less important or less valuable than mine, or more easily replaced. Like, yeah, we could all, it's like they say, money doesn't buy everything. So if you have something from your kids growing up, like certificates or just different little milestones and things that you collect as a mother, as a family, as a father, you know, it's like, so for me, I just feel, and I was having this conversation with my mom, which my mom, I love her. She's not online, thank God, because she's a huge troll. And so I was talking to my mom about this, and I was like, yeah, I'm sure Kim Kardashian has, you know, like all of her kids' stuff that she wants to save. And then my mom's like, her tapes with Ray J. And I was like, I'm done with you. And with that, I'm done with this quick little update for you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you guys are all off to a good start to your week. I know it's Tuesday, so we're Wednesday. Oh, see, I lost a whole day, but it's Wednesday, so we're kind of halfway through. I hope you guys are having a good hump day. Thank you all for watching, and let me send some positive thoughts out, and I will tell you, I appreciate the positive thoughts in. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. This has been Ty Rivera, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world.